Local elections, it's not something that I have participated in a whole lot. I'm an out-of-state student, so I actually wasn't registered to vote here until very recently because I couldn't get my mail-in ballot from Mass. So I just registered for the nationwide election. So yeah, that's not something I've participated in a whole lot.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I knew from some things that I saw about it being Town Hall Day across Vermont, and I saw there were a bunch of protests organized, but I wouldn't have known otherwise. Honestly, until I looked it up, I wouldn't have known there was an election happening.
I had no idea. I mean, maybe like a sign once downtown, but not really.
Right.
I'm not like a resident. Well, I am a resident. I go to school here, but like other than that, I mean, maybe because if I'm not seeing it, then I don't think a local resident would see it. Besides, like maybe like a piece of mail that could be missed.
It's all up to like how big it is. Like normal mayor elections, for example. I really don't really care that much because my town's pretty small, so it's not really going to affect anything. But like if it's like if the government, like Phil Murphy and like whoever the other guy was, I forget, but. It's like all of us participate in it. We have like state legislators and all that. I participate in those, but like if it's like a normal like small election for like our town, I really don't care that much.
Yeah, absolutely. I think our democratic process is a very important thing to participate in if you want to have any sense of, hey, I can complain about this issue, because you're actively going out and seeking to change it with your vote. So, yeah.
Yeah, I got something in the mail like around a week ago, which is sort of how I heard about it in the first place. I was like, oh, wow, this came out pretty quickly, I guess. And then, yeah, I guess up until that point, I just kind of had it in the back of my head. My boss at the rental house had mentioned something about it. But I never really planned on going to vote. Or, like, if I did, it was only if it was not going to be, like, super out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely try and keep up with my local representatives. I didn't know anything about the particular candidates' viewpoints, but I knew kind of the gist of what people are upset about in the area. About people want accountability for the crime that happens, like the catch and release type program. People aren't just upset about that. People want to see change. I heard about some of the mudslinging that was going on between the two leading candidates. Didn't hear much of what it was, but I know there were kind of like very personal insults being thrown around. But other than that, it was mostly hands off. Didn't hear too much.
Over the past 4 years, I found myself living here more, staying over more breaks, periods. This summer, I'm planning on staying in Burlington as opposed to Mass, and I don't really foresee going back in the future. So really, I guess the answer is not really, but I guess wherever I end up living, like long term, I think I'll probably be a lot more committed to voting and trying to make sure that the government's where it needs to be.